Oh man, I'm going. That's all it is to it. I'm fucking going.
No, baby, you dig it the most.
So on Monday, it's Sunday now, so about exactly a week ago, all of us went down to David Stratton's and Margaret's showing of Jojo Rabbit, which was a preview screening. Comes out when? Yeah, the Orpheum.
It comes out on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
For Australia. I'm not sure when it comes out for anyone else.
Poor Jojo. What's wrong, little man?
Hi, Adolf.
So this young boy is very pro-fascist. His life is turned topsy-turvy when he finds out that his mother is housing a illegal Jew.
I don't think he knows that at first.
No, he doesn't know that at first.
Yeah.
That's why, at first he's got to set up his character. That he's, this Nazi boy and stuff.
Hitler Youth, I think is.
Yeah,
I think it's like really different. Like
I thought
a Nazi boy.
Was the official term.
That's what they used to call him back there.
So, Jojo, I'm sure we can figure out something for you to do. Oh, ideas?
Yeah.
Guys?
Yeah.
From my memory, I remember laughing quite hard straight from the opening credits.
Yeah.
It was very funny. There's like a German, I want to hold your hand.
Yeah.
Which is like,
And it's cut with, all these Zeke Hales and stuff. And it sounds brutal. A lot like... Great.
All the screaming fans.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of girls in the
The
60s.
thing is, like, the first part of the film, I got a bit worried because it was kind of coming off like a bit of a Wes Anderson ripoff.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where it was going. Because I didn't really know what it was about, except that Hitler was his imaginary friend.
Yeah. So you didn't know it was about a Jewish girl being in the house at all.
Coming into it. So I was where is this going?
Yeah, I felt like around the start, it felt like it was moving a bit slow, and the comedy was really like keeping it afloat.
Yeah, the comedy was keeping it going, but it wouldn't have sustained a whole movie.
Yeah.
Because that's a really different sort of mindset. Obviously, walking into the film, that just me already knowing that, trying to wonder where it was going to go. Like once he finds it, because it sort of plays it out in the trailer, like it's like this parody of almost like a crappy sitcom sort of storyline.
Yeah.
Where it's like somebody finds out somebody's secret, and he's like, if you don't do what I tell you, you're gonna be in big trouble. But obviously that trouble is, something incredibly dark and horrific in this case. And I thought that they would, and maybe that's just because they went down, that maybe that's more
We watched the trailer together, we cracked up.
Yeah. And so I was expecting a lot more of sort of that he was he's going to be like, well, if you don't want me to tell all the Nazis that you're hiding in my attic, you gotta do all my homework or something. It's not something that terrible.
But you thought it would just be like he'd be more of a dick?
Yeah, and
they kind of played him off as sort of, forgivable, like really from the start. Well, he never really did anything, right? They never sent him to war. He never got his feet, he never got his hands dirty.
That's why I found it interesting. I got a lot more interested in his character towards the end. That when the war is over, she's inside and he lies to her. He says, no, the Germans have won the war. It's not safe for you to come out. You have to stay here with me. But just because he wants to spend more time with her, and he knows that the second that she's free, she's going to leave. And
then he's not going to be able to develop, a friendship or whatever.
But I thought that he made the decision to do something fucked up to benefit himself was the first time that character ever, made a decision in the film that had consequences and led to something.
I thought the ending was cute.
It was a bit too passive. I got more interested at the ending.
Yeah, and I think that's what that really should have obviously been sort of a halfway point sort of move, and then the idea of how is he going to convince her to stay in the house, and when she sort of is realizing that Americans are coming in or something to make sure that everyone's out or whatever. I thought I agree.
Yeah. I thought it was really good for the time because we watched it with a full packed cinema and every joke really hit because everybody's kind of reinforcing each other's laughter.
The comedy was on point.
But the more we discuss it now, the more I'm kind of like, oh shit, there's a lot of gaps in the story, or the story doesn't move so much, and it's he'll go from point A to B and doesn't really gain anything from that.
Yeah.
So
do you guys find this film controversial in any way?
No.
You don't think the film's apologist? I gotta play devil's advocate here.
Or do you empathize? Can you empathize where people are offended?
I feel that anyone who's been offended hasn't watched This is not
Any
seen
Mel
all,
Brooks,
yeah, no Mel Brooks or any sort of Jewish
South Park.
comedy, you know, from the 70s or 60s or anything from I'm sure a lot of people just don't like Woody Allen, but he still has some damn good comedies about the subject.
Bringing out a movie like this now is a lot easier to attack with like the internet.
That's probably very reactionary culture at the moment. Yeah.
Let's touch on the boy and how he looked like Picasso. Disgusting.
Oh yeah, torn to shreds. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't go Elephant Man with it. They really played it down.
It looks fine.
Without my glasses, I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
Especially in scenes where he's like, "Look at me, look how fucked up my face is," and there's like just a scratch.
Yeah.
I can't live a normal life. Yeah.
I've never, it's not even that, you know, I really want to see some child with a deformed face from an explosion, but if you're going to make the effort to bring it up so many times in the movie, or
make it obvious,
at least do something so it's not like this really faint scar that looks like you got it 3 years ago. You need to make it so it looks like, you know, you had a grenade in the face. That's
it's meant to be a defining characteristic.
Yeah, I just felt like they kept reminding us, but like, oh God, you're ugly. Just you.
Bessler, you're looking fetching as usual.
It's because of you my son can't walk properly and has a messed up face.
What did you guys think of Scarlett Johansson in this movie?
Everyone's doing a very silly German accent throughout the whole film.
Yeah, it sounds French.
You've seen a lot of these a lot of times before, but Scarlett Johansson's the only person who just doesn't sound German at all.
Yeah.
Well, like everyone obviously you could say, you know, it doesn't sound like they're authentically
she's
German.
a good actor. She's not a bad actor.
Yeah, no, exactly. You feel like she's probably the only one trying to do a realistic.
The character's name is Rosie Betzler.
Betzler. Yeah, right.
Bitzler. Which is, I mean, I probably can't do a good German accent either, but
no, but you're not being paid millions of
I'm not
dollars.
being paid millions of dollars to do so.
Yeah.
So,
and we know she can do better. Like we know she's really good.
Yeah, she's done some good stuff.
I was expecting a lot from Scarlett Johansson.
Did you expect to like Rebel Wilson more than Scarlett Johansson?
Pardon?
Do you expect to like Rebel Wilson more?
What, did you like Rebel Wilson more than Scarlett Johansson?
I never expected like Rebel Wilson ever. That was a very pleasant surprise.
I'm very surprised you preferred her anyway. I still enjoed Scarlett Johansson in it.
At least Rebel did the accent.
What I do like about Rebel Wilson's character is that she's not upplaying her fatness as a joke in this particular role.
Yeah.
She does it in every single
Yeah.
And in this particular role,
she did a bit.
not an issue.
She did a bit. There was one like where she's like scooching over, and it was like only really a joke that would work if you were a fat person.
Yeah, but it wasn't really thrown in your face.
But it wasn't.
It
wasn't
obnoxious.
Yeah, and I could see it being another actor doing the same joke.
It wasn't like Pitch Perfect. Where the character's literally fat Amy or whatever.
She's so annoying in Pitch Perfect. Yeah.
But I thought she was probably one of the highlights in terms of just small minor roles of like. There's a lot of like silly characters that, you know, just scatter throughout the film and have their have a few moments here and there.
Yeah, also like the friend. The friend, he was great.
Yeah, he was awesome.
The little kid with glasses. He had great time. He was.
You see him coming in. And it's like, he's gonna bring it up.
The audience was like reacted audibly whenever he was on screen. Yes, he's back.
He was a straight guy. His name was Yorkie.
Yorkie.
Yeah. How could you forget that name?
Is he in anything else that we would know?
I'm assuming because he's 10, probably not.
Yeah, right.
I'm assuming breakout roles for both.
Yeah.
For both children.
Both of them.
What do you guys think of Sam Rockwell?
I thought he was great.
Yeah, I loved him.
He was just amazing.
I wanted more of him.
Yeah.
I loved his little drawing of the costume that he made and stuff. That'll be red. And...
He took that character and ran with it.
Yeah.
It was just no one could have done it better.
You were saying that, you know, when you generally walk out of film, you're either something very passionate about it. I think there was something...
I can shit on it or I could praise it to the high heavens.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to feel.
I think there was something about this that I got so excited seeing the trailer for this that it's not the sort of... I can't think of many other films that have come out in the last 5 years that go this direction. That this, even, you know, even if I wasn't enthralled with it, I still highly enjoyed it and appreciated it. And it's almost like if I didn't know this film or something that just thinking of it as a comedy, it's a pretty solid film.
Well, for comedy alone, I'm thinking like very high, like 8 or 9.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But for story, it really falls down for me.
But is it a film that really even needs that much of a story? If it is
it's a film, I think
if it is
does.
that funny,
I think a story is non-negotiable.
Yeah, but I feel like there are some films, like I guess like The Holy Grail and things like that, that I would rank very highly that don't have a story.
Yeah.
Although the plot is still kind of creative, though. I don't know.
Arguably, they also like had you know, they would have invented a lot of techniques and done a lot of things in that film that you haven't seen
and stuff. I suppose, yeah.
But like with the Holy Grail, in terms of how good the comedy was, there are those aspects of this where you're like, oh, remember that scene? How funny was that? And that line. But like the Holy Grail, I feel like that whole movie. I mean, it's a bit unfair to compare a comedy to the Holy Grail, but that movie, every single scene, you'd be like, oh, dude, that scene,
is pretty memorable.
And in this, I think there are great moments, but they're, again, this is unfair, but they're way more few and far between.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
I thought it had a lot of heart, a lot more comedy.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought the story was kind of, you know, heartfelt and, you know, passionate. Oh, I wouldn't say passionate, but like sweet. It was sweet, and I think the end title card kind of made it for me. I think it probably bumped it up like another rating. So
I can't remember what the end title card is.
I don't remember it either, but I just remember it being heartfelt. I'll probably have to watch it again. But yeah, overall, I felt that it was like a 7.5, maybe 8.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed like the comedy, and I think everybody was really well directed. Like you know, the child actors, as we've touched on, they were really good.
What about the accents though?
The accents.
Is that Tika Masala's fault, or is that?
I think it just didn't matter enough for this.
Yeah,
like they didn't have to be like.
Obviously, with Tiki Matiti going absolutely no research.
Hakuna Matata.
It's like throwing away no research on Hitler. It's the same thing. He's not trying to really touch on it to be exactly.
This isn't the film you go to if you're studying Hitler in class.
It's just for the. It works for the story and it works for the comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm about to say like 7 or 8. Like the comedy's good, but I would rather a little bit more story. It would make it a bit more impactful. Instead, there's just a lot of jokes that kind of hit. And it's fun, it's funny, but you know, not like Monty Python Holy Grail that has scenes that really connect with it.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like there's anything like that.
Would you recommend it to someone? You'd be like, dude, check it out.
Oh, definitely. I'd have a lot of fun as long as it's not someone that's gonna be like, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I echoed that there was some warm feelings. So I don't know. I get a bit like that maybe though. Just like seeing some. You know, recent sort of stuff I find a bit cynical sometimes, so it is nice to see that. But no, I mean the film's not. Yeah, maybe the story's not that great, but I'm glad the story was there. I feel like it would have fallen apart without it. I just don't think it was enough to carry it like Holy Grail does. Yeah.
That's the thing, I can't even remember.
Now we're just praising Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. This is now a Holy Grail review. Saying that, I still thought it was good, but my score would probably be less. I'd probably go more of a like 6.5 to 7. Maybe, like a 7 probably be where I settle with it. But
I think we all agreed on about a 7, didn't we?
Yeah, I would say light 7, I think.
Yeah.
Alright.
When I first saw it though, I really was thinking like a 7.8 or a 7.7, but now it's like 7.2.
Yeah, we just got to see movies and all that's in our head is numbers.
Yeah, it's just maths. Like in The Hangover.
Cut to a shot of like NCIS.
Yeah.
Hacking and stuff, yeah.
And did you give it a rating?
No, not yet.
What did you think?
It was highly enjoyable movie. Lots of laughs, though I would have liked it to have been, just for the subject matter, and I guess it is a hard line to walk, I would have liked it to have maybe gone a little bit darker and a little bit more cynical, as Brodie said. But I understand that when you are making a film like that, you probably do have to have a lot of those light-hearted
It was
a lot
very
more,
lighthearted.
a lot more sentiment. Yeah, which is, I guess, also very surprising at the same time.
Like if you want to present yourself as, I don't know if it was really presenting itself as edgy, but just by factor of doing it.
I don't think it was a particularly edgy film.
Yeah.
Like it never made fun of much. It never really made fun of death. All it ever made fun of was generally the terrible situation that Germany was slowly entering. That that they were fucked. But I think. Same as you guys, I would give it a very solid 7. Maybe high 7.
Whatever they want. People used to say a lot of nasty things about me. Oh, this guy's a lunatic. Oh, look at that psycho. He's gonna get us all killed.
Like a penis in a backseat car, in the backseat of a car on prom night. We're gonna wrap it up.